It's pretty obvious this thing is going to roll on, and they're going to continue to do their tours. They're going to continue their organization. They show up on campuses this fall. If you think you saw large crowds at Turning Point events before, just wait.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to yesterday's news channel where we watch CNN so you don't have to. Today we're looking at Scott Jennings on The Source with Kaitlan Collins last week, talking about Charlie Kirk's life and legacy. Scott Jennings appeared to have a respectful conversation with Kaitlan Collins and colleague Ashley Allison while still delivering a message about the impact of Charlie Kirk's death. Also, I keep noticing something missing from the mouths of these liberals when they pretend to care. What is it? Accountability. Anyway, let's watch Scott Jennings prepare these two complicit hacks for what's coming. Let's go.
Heartbreaking to hear from her. My political sources are here with me tonight. Scott Jennings is the former special assistant to President George W. Bush. Ashley Allison is the former White House advisor to President Obama. And Scott, I mean, it's hard to hear from Erica tonight and those words of just what this means for her personally and for their family. And obviously the devastation is so clear in her voice. And the one thing, though, that she also wanted to make clear in those remarks was what the future of Turning Point USA is going to be, and saying that she will go on and continue it. I wonder what you think is the best way to continue that work.
Well, first of all, if I may address Erica, and I thought she was incredibly brave and courageous and poised in her remarks tonight. And as a father of four, I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like to have to tell them that a parent, a spouse, is not coming home. To hear her describe that is gutting. So anyway, I was amazed at what she was able to do tonight, and the way she communicated with the American people, the way she communicated with the Turning Point people and the family and the organization they've built. I mean, it's pretty obvious this thing is going to roll on, and they're going to continue to do their tours. They're going to continue their organization. They show up on campuses this fall. If you think you saw large crowds at Turning Point events before, just wait. Because I think what's happened here is they have unleashed thousands of Charlie Kirks, people who want to show up, speak their values, engage in civil discourse, and be engaged in American politics. And so I'm glad they're going to continue. They've been a huge force in conservative politics. They helped President Trump win. The external stuff that people see is interesting, and the data stuff they do behind the scene is then the technical, the mechanical stuff is also a juggernaut. So it's really an important organization, and I have no doubt it's going to continue. And we'll see what form it takes, but they're not going anywhere.
Ashley, I wonder what you make of all of this.
Violence has no place of any form. There was some other things that his widow said that was sitting with me about his spirit reverberating on, and I believe that. I believe what Scott says. I don't think that killing somebody that people really believe in is going to ever stop a movement. It usually, history shows, it usually propels it. But I pray. I've been praying a lot over the last couple of years, but particularly in the last couple of hours, that there's something different that shows up on those campuses, and that it's peace, not just from conservatives, but from progressives. I know that.
Yeah, so Scott kind of hit the overarching point of this video, or the messages video, when he said that Turning Point isn't slowing down after Charlie Kirk's death. It's about to explode, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. What happened here has unleashed thousands of young conservatives who are ready to show up, speak their minds, and stay engaged. I saw a number on Fox News. 31,000 requests for new chapters have come in since Charlie Kirk's death. The left thought they could silence Charlie, but all they've really done is create a movement that's louder and stronger than ever. They've inspired conservatives and even ex-liberals who now see the truth about what's happening on the left. I know I'm just repeating myself, but Scott's right. Charlie Kirk's legacy isn't ending here. It's just getting started. Let's get back to it.
I can disagree with you. I go in the green rooms all the time with Scott, and I try and persuade him to agree with me. I don't try and be aggressive to him. It's what actually has made us be able to develop a friendship, and I just wish more people could see that. And I also will say to people who really found some of the things that Charlie Kirk said to be offensive, that is okay. But what I would challenge you to do is to stand fast and steadfast in your belief, but also stand steadfast in peace and find a way to have conversations that we disagree with. We do not, the only way you win an argument is to actually have a conversation. It is never by shouting louder or being more violent. It just isn't.
Yeah. Scott, we have less than a minute left, but I wonder what you think of that. I mean, we have you and Ashley on all the time. You disagree on a lot of issues, but you're both agreeable to each other when you do it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I love Ashley. And after this happened, a lot of conservatives, I was freaked out. I'll be honest with you. I was on CNN when Charlie died, when the news came out. And I told Ashley I was freaked out, and I thought there were bad vibes in the country, and I didn't know what to do about it. And she sent me the greatest note. And she said, why are we in each other's lives? And it's because we both love our country. It's because we both love Jesus. It's because we both read the Bible every day, and it's because we both pray every day. And she sent me this long prayer for peace in our country and for a better future for our children, for my children, for our next generation. And it was really nice. And so anyway, I agree with Ashley. I hope we have those kinds of sentiments in the country. I do think there's a lot of conversations, the hard conversations that are going to be had in the weeks ahead. But I love you, Ashley, and I appreciate you, and appreciate what you said tonight. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
If you know me at all, you know I've watched a lot of Scott Jennings, and over time he's made indications that he and Ashley Allison are friends. So her note to him, which was beautifully written, I think it's a nice sentiment, regardless of its sincerity. It seemed meaningful to Scott, and I don't think he would have said that if he didn't mean it. So I guess I'm saying it didn't bother me like most of these empty apologies do. Something was really, really bothering me, like way more than things normally bother me. So I guess I wanted to hold myself accountable. Somebody who watches every video I put out told me they thought the shooter was right wing, and it stopped me cold. I realized I haven't been clear enough in laying out the facts, and maybe it's because I mentioned just haven't felt right with Charlie or whatever, but I just want to be very clear now. Charlie Kirk's killer left behind shell casings with pro-trans, anti-fascist, and even furry related inscriptions. That's who this person was. And yet the media still tried to spin it, pointing to the fact that the killer was raised in a Republican home and kept saying, well, we don't know the ideology. There's just no depth too low for these people not to stoop. Like I've said this multiple times before, but if they just told the truth one time, I think they'd be shocked by the response. But instead they lie because protecting this ridiculous radical ideology matters more than honesty, more than morality, more than life that was lost. Us, we're not like them. When I tell you something, it's because I believe it's true. I don't need to invent a narrative. The facts speak for themselves. This was a far left radicalized lunatic just like all the others. So I hope I'm clear when I say this killer came from exactly where you would think they would come from. I've way toned it down now, but if you hear any frustration on my voice, it's with myself for not properly conveying facts that I'm aware of and assuming that everyone knows. But what do you guys think? Is the media lying out of habit? Or do you think they're truly terrified of admitting the violence is coming from the left? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hey guys, the last video I did on Scott Jennings, I'll put it on the end screen, has close to 80,000 views. It's by far the biggest video we've had in a long time, and I wanted to thank all of you for that. If you follow closely at all, you'll notice that this used to be the norm for a lot of my videos, but we've hit a real lull. So in kind of a turbulent time for the channel, you guys, help turn it around. Hopefully this trend continues, but thank you all so much. Otherwise, always put God first. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'll see you guys.